EU reporter. Firstly, President van der Bellen, congratulations on your victory. What advice would you give to Dutch and French politicians in fighting the far right? And my second question is for President Juncker. President Juncker, populism is only successful if it has popular ground, if it has fertile ground. And I'm wondering, what can we do and what can you propose to ensure that we're doing better? We've just heard from Commissioner Moscovici saying that the economy is going in the right direction, but we still have extremely high levels of unemployment and low investment. Thank you.
Well, I'm not sure whether there is a general recipe to win elections, but the campaign 2016 showed that you can actually win against rightist populism. It is possible. That has to sink in the brains of my colleagues in all countries of the European Union, in particular perhaps in the Netherlands presently and in France. That is one message. The other one is try to get the young people on your side. It was a phenomenon, a new phenomenon in Austria in the second half of the campaign, or second half of the year, that young people organized themselves. We had absolutely no influence and no contact with them. They sang in the metro in the capital in Vienna, a couple of 4, 5, 6 people, just singing in praise of me, actually. Imagine. They were singing all over the country. It was interesting to see that music played a very prominent role, actually. I never thought about that. I'd never planned to make that to use that as an instrument. And of course, the so-called social media, the new media. We had about 200 or 250 videos in the internet during the campaign. I didn't even realize that. So what I mean is instruments that the younger generation uses in a particularly intense way. Apart from that, you need a personality that is convinced that Europe, not only the common market, but what I call in German, das vereinte Europa, makes sense, and that you must be crazy to believe that the old-fashioned national sovereignty of the, let's say, 30s gives you more power for your own country than being a member of the Union. I mean, you don't have to be particularly intelligent, I think, to understand that. But obviously, you have to put some energy and time, invest time in that. In our case, it worked. For other countries, they have to decide for themselves what kind of instruments and politics they use.
My observation is that if you want to bring the populism down, don't repeat the same message. When the president was campaigning, he was saying exactly the opposite of those who were in the avenues of populism and spreading around rumors and wrong and false information. He did exactly the opposite, and I can only give one advice, but I don't have the good advice, so I will give an advice to the Dutch and to the French. Oppose their views. Don't try to nuance their views. Say the contrary if the contrary is right. Don't repeat this populistic slogan. As far as the second part of your question is concerned, yes, the economy is pointing in the right directions. Nobody believed that 3 years ago, by the way. That's good news. Second, the employment rate is higher than it was during the crisis. We have an employment rate of 79.9%. That's exactly the same than the US, whereas in former times our employment rate was by far lower than was the case in the US. The investment, of course, the investment level is not high enough. We have reached an investment level of a percentage which is similar to the one we had reached in 2008. We are lagging behind the pre-crisis year 2007. That's the reason why We have launched the European investment plan, doubling the financial means put at its disposal. So things are moving in the right direction. 168 billions of investments have been triggered by the investment plan, so it works. In former times, when it was launched, this was called the Juncker plan because people wanted to identify the one who would be guilty for the failure. Now it works. It has become the European investment plan.